There are three constants. Cold, and the moan. That is an ever-present danger. The second is our best weapon to fight it, and the third is proof our weapon is working, that the tools we have built to preserve us from the ice and snow are keeping them at bay. The world we knew ended 10 years ago. The great frost descended, and the cold never relented. There are no more seasons, no more warmth. Things we took for granted in our old life, food, trees, comfort, are difficult to come by. It is a hard life, but it is the only one we have. We go forward, day after day, driven by the same words that spurred us on since we migrated north. The city must survive. Frostpunk, the award-winning video game from 11-Bit Studios, is becoming a tabletop role-playing game from Catalyst Game Labs, longtime publisher of Shadowrun and Battletech. This society-building game pushes players to consider what they will do to preserve the fragile communities that they have built. Take on a variety of roles, from medic to engineer to hunter to explorer and more. See what you can do to build a society, confront crises, and overcome dangers of the continual cold. The choices you will face will not be easy, but they cannot be avoided. What will you prioritize? What will you value? If you keep hope in your people and reduce discontent, you can build something that lasts. But if things go poorly, people will let you know. You could find society crumbling around you and perhaps be exiled into the cold with no hope of return to warmth. Using the new Dice Core role-playing system, the Frostpunk role-playing game offers an easy-to-learn, fast-moving system that puts your character's decision at the center of any session, and allows you to try and build and maintain a city that somehow manages to hold people together. Back now for your chance to play an entirely new kind of RPG.
How you guys doing today? I'm excited to play Frostpunk. I have been waiting way too long to play this. I played it, I have like over 400 hours into this game, but I wanted to play it with you guys, and so I didn't want to burn myself out. Thanks for the news, 11-Bit. Shout out to 11-Bit. We're super excited for the partnership with 11-Bit for Frostpunk, the RPG. And Frostpunk 2 is coming out very soon. It's going to be, I think, in July or August. So that's going to be real fun. Hey there. All right, so we're going to choose a scenario. I think we're just going to start at the beginning. We'll do the main story, A New Home. Let's see how fast before I die, guys. And please, as we make our difficult choices, I want to make them together. Alright, so let's start with this one. To preserve civilization from the chaos of its own downfall, we have fled to the end of the world. We'll have to adapt to survive. Who will we become in the process? Let's do it. And if the YouTube banner gets to be too much of a problem, let me know and I'll minimize it. Just want to remind people to like and subscribe. I love this game. It is gorgeous. The music, the graphics, the art, the setting, it's all great. Yeah, I already don't like this banner. It's in my way. You guys can't see all the language and stuff. I'm gonna turn this up.
Rulers of
Sorry, I need to minimize it in order to get the volume. Oh, it's working now.
Grass.
Doesn't like when I do that, but hey.
Tides have changed. Changed for all of us. Our world to snow. With it, the last traces. Humanity.
Oh, shit. Apparently game audio is
We
grumpy.
bid farewell to plenty.
I'll see if I can fix it
For
after the
those who
scene.
remained, came the time to adapt. We decided to leave our homes and head north. We roamed for weeks, maybe months, leaving behind all the things we once believed had made us. It was hope that pushed us forward. Slowly, step by step. We knew the cost of our journey, and we paid the price 100 times. Finally, the time has come to build the last city on Earth.
Cool, good stuff. We are going to pause real quick so I can try to fix the audio. Boop, boop. Capturing what's coming through my speakers. So it shouldn't be cutting out. Try mono, see if it helps. I don't know if it'll help. I don't know. I could also just blast it and you can hear what comes out of my speakers. All right, a new home. We fled from London and crossed the sea to reach the frozen north. On the way, our convoy was hit by a blizzard and scattered. A handful of us managed to reach the site of this generator, only to find it frozen solid and abandoned. Why is no one here? Did any of our people survive the blizzard? Are there any others out there? Whatever we do, we should expect the worst now that the world as we know it has crumbled. And once again, I don't like the banner being here. Forgot to already remove it. We need to get the generator working. It provides heat and power to the other buildings. Without it, we'll freeze to death. Stockpile coal and start the generator. All right. So pause real quick because time is passing. And I'm going to minimize this banner. Boop. Transition. All right. All right, so if you've never played Frostpunk before, I'll give you a little tour here. So up here you've got your resources. We've got coal, wood, steel, and steam cores. You've got raw food and food rations up here. And as we get into some later scenarios or development, we'll see some more resources pop up. You've got your work time. You can go normal game speed, fast, or very fast. You've got your days, and so it'll kind of give you a little cheat of when the temperature is dropping. We're at -4 Fahrenheit right now. You know what? I'm going to change it to Celsius. Everyone would be so proud of me. Maybe. Maybe it won't let me. I don't remember how to change it. Oh, toggle temperature. Oh. Nope, still didn't help me. I used to have it in Celsius. I don't know how to change it. Probably the settings. Let's do that. Haha. All right, so we've got temperature drop. We're on day 1. It's going to happen day 4. We've got 80 homeless people. We've got our missions are in the lower left. Anything we can construct is here. Our laws that will pass are here, and we can do some economy looking here. We have 80 people in our civilization, and 15 of them are children, and we haven't passed any work laws yet. So we'll see. We'll see. And then 65 are working. We have a mixture of workers and engineers. So we'll see what they can do as we go. But the first thing we need to do is start collecting resources and building shelters before night comes. So with the people I have, we've got some wood crates here. Let's get everyone working on that. Steel. Let's get people working on that. Coal. Is this coal? No, that's wood. Here's some coal. Got people working on that. And then I do have more people that I could have, so I might do some extra wood. We'll put the engineers on that for right now. And then I'm going to start our 5 people that aren't working. The nice thing about this is if you have anyone not working, they focus on building. If everyone is working, then when their office hours for wherever they're working are done, when work hours are over, they go and build things. So depending on when you need things done. So each tent unit can hold 10 people. So I need to build 8 of these, and I only have enough resources for 3. So let's speed up some time and see what we can build before our working hours stop. Hey, Lorcan. Good to see you. Can build 2 more houses, or 2 more tents. So 50 out of my 80 are covered. Almost ready for 2 more. And our last one. So a lot of the building we do in this is circular because the generator is going to put out warmth. So sometimes I'll have like one, usually after I do the first ring is when I'll start doing like this section is going to be all housing and this section is going to be all workplaces and stuff. But we'll see what we end up doing here. Our goal is to get 200 coal stockpiled and turn on the generator. Since it's -20 right now, I'll do that for the night when the shifts end. And we have 60 wood. So the next thing I really build is we have to pass the law for it. So let's go look at our laws. So right now we're in the Book of Laws. Eventually you get to choose between adding order or religion as well. But for now we're just under our adaptation here. So one of the first things I like to do usually, but I'm going to leave it up to you. So we're going to talk through some options here. Cemetery or corpse disposal, so that you have a place to put the dead bodies when people freeze to death. And there's certain pros and cons. So you want to do, if we go back and look at the screen here, we've got hope is fairly high right now, and discontent is fairly low, which is great. The concern is lack of shelter, which we're fixing already. Slow you down. So some of what we do impacts that, and it gets harder to, control people or get them to do what you want if their hope or discontent is off kilter. So if we do a cemetery, we will establish a burial ground so we can lay our dead to rest with dignity and respect. You get new building, cemetery. Hope will rise slightly, and there's no risk of disease from unburied bodies. Those are the positives. The negatives, for each burial that happens, it'll keep some people from work for a few hours. And you'll have a time limit to establish a cemetery. Then for the other option is corpse disposal. So we'll keep dead bodies out of the heat zone to keep them frozen and cover them with snow. The cold will halt their decay. So that lets you build a snow pit. There's no risk of disease from unburied bodies. Bodies are preserved for potential future use. That's a thought. You will have to dig a snow pit. Hope will fall and discontent will rise. People want the cemeteries. So what do you guys think? What should we do? Should we do our cemetery or should we do corpse disposal? I like Lorca and cons. You can't eat the corpses if you do a cemetery. What's it going to be? And C, you freeze them for defrosting and eating later. Is that corpse disposal? We have a vote for corpse disposal. And one for cemetery. All right, we need a tiebreaker. Who's going to be our tiebreaker in chat? Are we good people or are we cannibals? Cemetery. Thanks, Jason. All right, cemetery it is. Whew, I was a little scared there. All right, so we're signing that law. We have until this ring goes down to, then we'll be allowed to do another law, so we'll come back to that. Makes a nice sound to remind you if you don't miss it. And we will unpause and do our cemetery. Boop. So now it's after 8 p.m., and so people aren't working anymore for the night. So all of this is going to finish getting built, and we can probably go ahead and turn the generator on. I like waiting until night just because it saves the resources, and we have to get to 200, and we didn't make that today, so that'll be tomorrow's goal. And let's take a look at the other things that we might be able to do. We still have 58 wood. So we can build a medical post. No one's sick yet, but it might be good to get ahead of that. Only engineers can work at the medical posts. Food, we do have 100 raw rations. So we might want to do a cookhouse so that we can start turning that into food. Or we can do a hunter's hut to get more food going, more raw food. And they do go out hunting at night. So sometimes when I'm feeling forced to, I'll build a hunter's hut and then have like my woodcutters work all day and then switch over and assign them all to the hunter's hut for the nights. But we're doing okay right now. So what else can we do? Resource depot and gathering post. I don't really use the gathering post a whole lot. If someone has an argument why we should. But resource depot, I only really start building when we don't have, you can see the little tiny yellow line right now. We have plenty of space to store stuff right now, so I don't really do that yet. Unless you guys tell me to. And tech, workshop for engineering. So what do you guys think? Should we get some food dealt with? Should we get health dealt with? Or should we get the technology of the future dealt with? Jason, yeah, definitely Darkest Timeline. I have always played this as the good person, but some of the scenarios like already have choices made that you wouldn't have made, so you kind of just have to deal with what that means. But I mean, that's what makes it punk, is like how many of the right decisions you make, but at the cost of human life and stuff like that. So yeah, religion and order can be a little too simplistic. There doesn't seem to be strong opinions for food and health. Sound like a good way to go. Okay, there we go. So we'll start with the cookhouse. This one's a little bigger, so we'll put that there. And it needs to be connected to the generator by a road. It looks like I might have just barely gotten that one on the corner of what was already created there, so leave that alone for now. Yeah, it's a little simplistic. I don't usually go for whether I choose order or religion. I don't really go the whole way because then you start to get like, as you get more advanced, it gets more like, you know, death penalty type stuff, and it's like, I think I'm just gonna not make that choice. So I'll do that together. Cookhouse, yeah, good choice, guys. Let's speed this up. Nighttime is slow and boring. It's 3 a.m. We've got 3 that are getting sick now, just because it's cold. Sometimes they get better when it's daytime. Yep, sick. It'll also keep track for gravely sick, so we'll get to play with that a little bit. I can actually probably, because I still have plenty of wood, so we could go ahead, and I have 5 engineers still, I think. So we'll do a medical post too. Can you guys hear the music at all? All right, so here I have 5 workers, but I don't have 5 engineers. So I'd put my engineers over here on wood, so I can lower that to an exchange. Now I'll have enough for that. I need 5 more engineers. Oh wait, Cookhouse does not need engineers. I'm silly. It's the medical center that does, so. And I don't need 5 there. So I think I'm actually going to take my 5 there and then take 2 of my new workers that I just assigned, put them in the cookhouse. So they're pretty fast. Oh, no musics? Aw. I'm gonna have to figure out why sound effects aren't coming through. All right, so they're back to work. What I'd say next, probably, because I've got 2 different groups doing wood, so I'll probably take one of those groups and turn them into hunters. Engineers can't be hunters for some reason, so let's do a hunter's hut. Speed up time. I can also, sometimes if I want to preserve resources again, I'll just turn it off until I need it. Nobody's sick. Steel wreckage is depleted, so I need to reassign my workers to that. We are ready to make another law. So, we have a new level for cemeteries. We can now allow ceremonial funerals. So those who give their lives in service to the city deserve the highest honor. We will give our dead ceremonial funerals to inspire the living. The loss of hope caused by deaths is halved. It only has a positive. But there might be more important things that we want to do right now. So let's look at some of our other options. Health hasn't really been a thing yet for us, but we have built some food stuff. So let's talk about food. So we can choose either soup. We can cook instead of full meals to feed more people with the same amount of raw food. We get the new recipe, but hope will fall slightly, discontent will rise slightly, eating soup will cause discontent. So it's kind of like if resources are scarce and we're not getting enough raw food fast enough, this will feed people for longer. Or we can do food additives. We can add sawdust to meals to make them more filling, although not exactly tasty or healthy. So you can do a sawdust meal. Hope will fall slightly, discontent will rise slightly, and some people eating sawdust meals will fall ill. What do you guys think? Let's leave it at those 3 options. So should we do ceremonial funerals, soup, or food additives? Luke Lorcan says soup. What's it gonna be? Family soup. We're doing it. I love that whenever you do that, it goes, a new law has passed. And I can't wait to use some of that for our marketing. The language in this game is fun. Generator hums with reassuring warmth. No, it doesn't because I turned it off. But we shouldn't take it for granted. If the generator goes down, the city dies. Be mindful of coal reserves. I was. That's why I turned it off. Now, food. There will be no city if we starve to death. Secure a way to provide raw food and build a cookhouse to prepare meals. Oh, I guess I have the tutorial on. All right. Well, that's fine. We're doing that. So we've already built a cookhouse, so that's checked off. Secure a raw food supply. Build a hunter's hut, which is in process, or a hothouse. Hothouse doesn't come till later. We have to research that. and we did the soup. So it automatically defaulted to changing that. So right now we're doing soup. If we ever want to change that back to standard meal. So Cookhouse is using 5 food rations from, or is creating 5 food rations from 2 raw food. And this was 4 food rations from 2 raw food. So. Fall in London, yeah. All right, so now we have this built. With basic resources secured for now, we can try to rescue the people we left behind. Build a beacon, scout Frostland, and save as many survivors from our expedition as possible. You'll need a workshop to design plans for more advanced buildings. So we'll do that next. But I still have my 15 people doing wood over here. Oh, we have 6 wood left. Let's see if we can do it before work cuts out for the day. Nope. We have 1 wood left. That's not fair. But I'm going to take all of them off of... Oh, wait. Yay, it did it. Yay. So all of them are off the wood pile now, so I'm going to move them over to being hunters. This 7% is... Oh, reasons going to eating. So they might not work tonight. We'll see. Oh, once they finish eating, it looks like they're going. So as people get sick, the workplaces get less efficient because you don't have as many people working. So this number is slowly going up. Ooh, we got a question mark. The heating is off. Generator's off. People are afraid they'll freeze to death in their sleep if you don't at least turn it on for the night. Yeah, it's night. I'll turn it on. So we need to build a workshop, build the beacon, rescue survivors of our lost expedition. We've got people working on wood. Right now, early in the game, you need wood more than you need steel, so I might even just steal 2 people from steel and move them over to wood. Coal, we still have, so that's all working. I've got 99 wood. Let's see if we want to build anything. We have our medical post. We have our houses. Enough for now. Cookhouse and Hunter's Hut. Still don't want that stuff. So workshop. Boop. And this symbol means that there's not a road connecting it to the generator. So I could take that over there. We'll trade sheep for wood. Wrong game. All right, let's speed through night again, because screw night. Our hope is pretty high. Discontent is non-existent. That's pretty good. This exists now, and only engineers can work there. So let's go back to our wood pile here and take some more engineers off of this. And fill it up with this. And look, now we can research stuff. So steam hubs, you've got different like trees here that you can go for. So heating, steam hubs are like separate little mini generators that you can build around. But right now we're built pretty close to the generator, so I don't think we need that yet. Heaters are, you can have workplaces be warmer, so when it gets too cold, some of the workplaces shut down. Here's the beacon that they want us to build, so for exploration and industry. Resources, we could get faster gathering, a coal thumper, so when all of our coal spots run out, when all of our resource spots run out, you can build a coal thumper, sawmill for wood, or steelworks to still get resources. And you can upgrade your hunter's gear. So I'm going to start with the beacon, because we want to get that going. So 10 wood for that. So it's not going to start researching tonight. Now you'll see this little gear down here, so it'll go up to 100% to build that out. But we won't see that. I only have 10 on wood. We don't need steel as much as we need wood. So everything's pretty happy for the night. I could still build something more. I could start prepping houses, because if we go out into the Frostlands and find people, they're going to come back to the settlement and need a place to live, but It's like not super priority right now. And if you spend everything you've got and if something comes up that you do need, you don't have those resources. So then every morning around 5 a.m., you start getting like a feel from your community on how you're doing. See if people are bitching or not. Ooh, and I can introduce a new law. All right, so soup, there's nothing more to do for right now. We still have ceremonial funerals. Let's talk about children. So, child labor for safe jobs. There aren't enough hands to do all the work. We'll allow children to be employed in safe workspaces like cookhouses or hothouses. The pros, children can work in safe workspaces. Hope will fall slightly, and child workers can be injured in accidents. Or child shelters. Children will be safer if they stay in child shelters during the day and they won't cause any mischief. New building is a child shelter. Hope will rise. Providing all children with a place in the child shelter gives a permanent hope bonus, and you will have to build a shelter. So, chat, what do you think? Should we go with ceremonial funerals, child labor for safe jobs, or child shelters? This is where I start judging y'all pretty harshly. We've got 1 vote for child shelters. Yeah, it's set. I can't remember the actual dates. If it's the 1800s, it's steampunky. Child labor and we're gonna go with child shelters then. Sign. And now we have a goal to build a child shelter. We have like two days and 23 hours to do it. We've built the workshop. The next thing to do is build the beacon. And we have enough wood. Oh, we need to finish researching the beacon before we can do that. But we have the child shelter, so we can work on that in the meantime. What's going to happen? People from our convoy, family torn apart. Sir, a woman came forward after we built the workshop. She said that her husband and daughter didn't reach the city with the main group, but she's sure they're still out there. She wants to join the first scout team we'll send out. She urges you to hurry. We'll do what we can for you. Looks like something ran out because I've got 15 workers now. Coal is still going. Steel is still going. Oh, this wood pile is done. So here's some wood over here. Boop. And we're at 70% for our research. We're building our shelter. Gonna speed it up a little. Still no one's sick. We're doing okay. Ooh, but tomorrow it's gonna get cold. So that's great. All right, the beacon was researched, so let's get building started on that. It's gonna need a road. And then our workshop, we're ready for new research. So the beacon's done. So now, should we do heaters? Should we do the steam hubs? Should we do faster gathering? Or hunter's gear? What do you guys think? The cold is coming, so heaters could keep our workplaces open if it gets too cold. Faster gathering is always helpful. Hunter's gear to get more food because we have more people coming. What do you guys think? I know YouTube has that nice little gap before you guys hear what I say. Any votes? I'm gonna make a choice. Warmth is good. Let's do warmth. Thanks, Jason. I was thinking warmth too. Sometimes I'll be a little risky and not do it for the first, because like they just gotta survive 2 days before it gets warmer again. But I don't want to die on my first playthrough with you guys. That would be sad. The child shelter is ready and the children are safe inside. People can work without worrying that something will happen to their kids. Hope rises. Yeah. Thanks, Hope. 4 people are being treated, so we have 4 sick people, but no one, it only shows up in red when we don't have enough space to treat them. Beacon, nobody started working on it yet. We have 158 rations, 1 raw food, so tonight that's gonna, the hunters will go out and we're still okay. I'm excited to get out and find the next batch of survivors so we can have more workers. Oh, 15 again. So that's coal. So let's assign our coal workers again. Just in time for the end of the day. All right. Getting through the night. So research isn't getting there yet. Our book of laws, maybe we'll be able to do another law by morning. But our beacon is done. We are no longer lost and blind. From now on, our people will be able to survey the icy barrens that surround us. Frostland. Ooh, nice little animation for you guys. So pretty. Cool. So now we have places we can explore. The one with the dot is the main like plot where you go next and stuff like that. But you can also explore other places. We need to create a team first. So I need to go back. Oop, not that way. Let's go to the city. Why are you not letting me go? Oh, because I didn't click the right button. All right, so I need 5 people and 40 wood. So I have 40 wood. I don't have 5 workers that are free. So once again, I'm going to steal from steel. And now I can build scouts. Build, create, make a scout team. All right, so we have choices again. We can go to this observatory. It takes us 15 hours to arrive. This peculiar building must be the Arctic Observatory the Royal Society built to investigate the eternal winter. There's smoke over it. That might mean people. Or Lost Expedition, 11 hours to arrive. There's numerous tents. We can see people moving about. They must be the lost members of our expedition. So we could go do that first since it's our mission, or we could get distracted by the side quest. What do you guys think? What we gonna do? While waiting, I'm just thrilled that I finally get some time during working hours to just play a game. I told Lauren when I initially came on that I wanted time like set aside for education of the different games and stuff like that. But that never happened. So I'm finally playing games for fun and work. All right, so we have 1 vote for side quest. So we're going to go to the side quest. So that's going to take them 15 hours to get there. So I'm going to let them do their merry thing. Oh, we're still at night. Ooh, what's going to happen now? Ready to search. People cheer as the giant observation balloon soars above the city. This is a real feat. Everyone feels proud of the work they've done to make it happen. Volunteers have lined up, eager to go looking for our lost people in Frostland. The woman who came forward earlier is among them. Yay! A little bit of discontent. Oh, bad food. They're mad about soup. I'm sorry I'm keeping you alive. It's nighttime, so we're going to speed up our lives. It's almost time to do law. Yeah. All right. So we have some new options. So we still have our ceremonial funerals. Let's see what medic apprentices is. Education is the key to our future. Let's teach our children medicine so they can help with the sick. So children from child shelters will help at medical facilities, raising their efficiency. Or engineer apprentices. Education is the key to our future. Let's teach our children engineering so they can help with new designs. Children from child shelters will help at workshops, speeding up research. So, ceremonial funerals, medic apprentices, or engineer apprentices. While you guys are choosing, I'll re-go over ceremonial funerals because it's been a while. Those who give their lives in service to the city deserve the highest honor. We will give our dead ceremonial funerals to inspire the living. Loss of hope caused by death is halved. What do you guys think? Oop, oop, oop. Getting ready to pick for you. Ceremonial funerals, medic apprentices, or engineer apprentices. Medical apprentices? Done. Children will learn medicine in the shelters to help with the sick. So basically your medical centers get more efficient. Still 6 hours and 40 minutes-ish for our scouts. Everyone's going to wake up at 5 o'clock. Weather changes, so the weather's about to drop at 7 a.m., I believe. People pretty happy. Oh, discontent just went up. The frost is coming. So we're down to negative 40 Celsius. So our cookhouse can no longer work. Now our heaters aren't quite done yet, but later today we should be able to turn them back on, and we have enough rations right now to make it, so we should be okay. Brave of you to trust a weather forecast from British meteorologists. All right, scouts have reached the observatory, so I can come on up here. Explore if I want to. So something's amiss at the observatory. Snow covers the precious instruments and the dome is open, letting out a thin column of smoke. Someone's inside. There's going to be survivors. The sun is dimming. Instead of astronomers, we are met by some of our lost people. They explain that they came here for help, but found everybody dead. The astronomers continued their observations until they starved. What was so important for them? They wrote it up in their diaries. The loss of sunlight can't be explained solely by the fouling of the atmosphere by the southern volcanoes. The sun is dimming. New sites are discovered. So we have a choice here. We can escort the survivors to the city. So that's 4 kids, 18 engineers, and 11 workers. We can send the survivors to the city. The survivors will set off toward our city on their own. It will take longer, and some of them may die. Or we just leave them here. So they'll die trying to find the city. So I'm assuming, since we want workers, that it's going to be escort the survivors, or send the survivors to the city. What do you guys think? Should we go with them? So another pro and con to this is that if we send the survivors, we won't get as many people, but we can start exploring the next place faster before the big storm gets here, and you can't explore during the big storm. And it'll take more time to escort them to the city before we set off to a place again. The good thing is, it is faster to travel now. What was it, 15 hours it took to get to this location? It's going to be faster to get home because we already have a trail, and faster to get back again if we want to. So, what do you guys think? I hope I did enough talking that the delay isn't very long. Welcome to chat, viewers. Good to see you. I'm letting you help me make good or bad choices in this Frostpunky place. Escort. The observatory isn't going anywhere. Awesome. Thanks, Jason. All right, so it's going to only take them 7 hours and 17 minutes to get back with everyone. Oop. We are at 97%. For our heaters, so we can turn those on in a second. Yay! So we can. It raises the workplace temperature, but it will spend extra coal. So we should try to remember to turn this off at night. I'm bad at remembering to do that. Let's see what this is. One of our people has become gravely ill due to frostbite. This will keep happening if people have to work in such cold. It says, consider signing the radical treatment or sustain life law. So we'll look at that one next. We'll look at it when we actually are allowed to choose a new law, because it's not time yet. So we have 2 sick people that are not fitting in care facility. 2 are gravely sick. So we might need fairly soon to build another medical center, but we don't have anyone to really staff it yet, so that's not going to help much right now. And what's the next thing we should do? We did heaters. So next is probably faster gathering or hunter's gear for food. I'm gonna go ahead and do a decision on this one to save us a little time. So let's do the hunter's gear first, so that as people are coming, we can get food faster. We just wanted to thank you. Back in London, it was only the wealthy that didn't have to send their kids to work. In this new world you're creating, we can see things will be different. Daw. It was the right thing to do. Hope will rise. Make people happy. Some of the sick people... Oh, wait, no. That's the cookhouse. We don't have 5 people there. Cool. Speed this up so we can get something done. Workday is over. Oh, look, I'm remembering. Off. All right, so scouts have returned with the people. You can disband the scouts or send them back out in the Frostland. You can get a nice little animation. Richard, it's super hard. Like, the amount of times I've had to start and restart because I didn't spend resources, like, eventually you figure out the pattern of balance, but it takes a while. And each scenario is different and gives you different challenges, so it's like, which one do I prioritize? Reunions. It's heartwarming to see families reunited after so many hardships, but shouldn't there be other settlements nearby? The first expeditions left London long ago. They ought to be well established by now. They'll surely help us find our footing. We will look for the others. All right, so waiting. Send our scouts back out. So again, we have the main plot, which is the Lost Expedition, or we can go to a gloomy cave. So help me pick, chat. Gloomy Cave or Lost Expedition. I'll read to you while you're deciding. So there's a dark cave entrance visible on the hillside. We think we saw a faint wisp of smoke coming from it, but it's gone now. Should we go see if there's survivors there? Or, numerous tents. We can see people moving about. They must be the lost members of our expedition. Side quest or main quest? Help me pick. What you guys think? Meanwhile, look at all the pretty wind blowing the snow around. Can we eat them? Lorcan. Evil, evil. Find our wayward lost expedition. You got it, Jason. Send scouts here. So click my scouts. Click here. And they will be there in about 11 hours. Awesome. Yeah, it's true. They could die if we don't find them. Everything's like got a time limit. All right, so now that we've got new people, we've got 33 people that have no homes. So we need to build some houses by, and it's night, so they're going to get sick if we don't move pretty fast. So let's do boop, boop, boop. And those roads need to connect. Got it. We have 29 people that are able to work, so we can put these guys, put some people back into steel. So we have steel, we have wood is maxed, and we could get another place for another medical post for our sick. Oh, and I'm officially out of wood, so we'll have to connect that by road in the morning. I can also build more hunters' huts so that we can send some people out later for more food. So let's get through night. And there's one more day of very cold, so people are going to keep getting sick here tonight. But hopefully in the morning they'll be a little bit better. And I'm going to need another house, because since they house 10 each, I only built 3. We're going to need a 4th. So we have 9 sick now from this night. Discontent is on the rise. They've arrived. The rest of our people made camp here, too exhausted to go on. We should escort them to the city. We enter the camp, appearing out of the driving snow. A choir of excited voices welcomes us. Thank God you found us. We had been wandering for days until we couldn't go on any longer. Soon we'd begin to starve. Children and adults surround us, packed and ready to go. Should we escort the survivors to the city or send the survivors? So we would get 4 children, 10 engineers, and 22 workers. But some of those may die in transit. So what do you guys think? Escort or send? If we send, once again, we get to keep exploring the next spot faster. But there's loss of workers. Escort. Thank you, Prussian Havoc. Good to see ya. So escort them back. We'll be back in 5 hours. We're almost ready to do a new law. It is 7 a.m., so people are about to start working at 8 a.m., and then we'll have resources to build our last tent, connect our road, and then staff our medical house. Could probably do that now. Whee! Now again, I can turn the heaters on for one more day. We have a decent amount of coal, so I'll do that. Because we want to help our sick here. I now have enough wood to build a road. It does feel like Catan for a second there. And now I still have 12 people looking for work. We talked about doing another hunter's house, hunter's hut. I don't have enough wood for that yet. I need 20, so give that a little bit of time. We're at 90% for our engineering. So we're about to be able to do something new. All right, Hunter's gear is research, so now they're going to be bringing in more raw food each night. I'm going to wait to do the next... Actually, before I do... I want to do a tent first to have housing for tonight for that last 3 people. Not to mention there's new people about to arrive, so never mind. We're going to spend everything on tents. Whee! There they are. We have a lot more workers again. So let's send our scouts back out. So we can do the Gloomy Cave still. So we thought we saw smoke, but now it's gone. It's 21 hours away. The crash site. Several wrecked vehicles. No signs of life. They are probably our machines. Let's hope so. We had to leave a number of supplies in them after the crash, so that's going to get us more supplies, hopefully. Or a sturdy shelter. A bulky cylindrical construction stands on a small hill. The Union Jack flag flies over it, but there's no sign of movement. So where do we go, guys? 22 hours, 20 hours, 21 hours. One thing that we could probably do too is go back to the last expedition site, because it only takes us 6 hours to get there. And since it's a little closer to these 2 places, we wouldn't have to travel as long. It's kind of taking the previous trails to take shortcuts. So what do you guys think? Sturdy shelter, crash site, gloomy cave. Luckily, when we're here, time stops back at the city, so. What is the verdict, dear viewers? Construction on the hill. You might find more people. Construction on the hill. You got it. Boop. Actually, you know what? I'm going to cheat. I'm going to go to the Lost Expedition site first. Come here. So that it should hopefully be less than 20, cut down on the time for travel. It's not cheating, it's how it's designed, but. Meanwhile, I'm going to set up the road to the new house. We now have 39 people. So I need to, that's going to go down to 29 as soon as that road is connected. So I still need 3 houses. Or 3 tents. 1. Let's start assigning people to work and get us more wood. Steel, we're doing just fine on. We'll start getting more coal too. We'll do, I'm going to wait on our research because I really want to house people. Ready for the next tent. So let's see, we have 39 people. So once these 4 are built, that'll be enough for everyone. So now I can do roads when I get the next 5 to 10 wood. We can pass a new law. Let's do that. All right, so we still have our friend, the ceremonial funerals. I know we've got some new viewers, so we'll go over our options again. So those who give their lives in service to the city deserve the highest honor. We will give our dead ceremonial funerals to inspire the living. Loss of hope caused by deaths is halved. We haven't had any deaths yet, thankfully, but we do have some ill, so that could happen soon. So let's go look. The game recommended that we look at these options next. So radical treatment. We'll try everything to cure the gravely ill, from invasive surgery to amputations. The good things, the gravely ill will be treated in the medical posts. Hope will rise slightly. The downsides is about 30% of the gravely ill treated in medical posts will be left as amputees, and discontent will rise slightly. Or sustain life. We can't cure the gravely ill, but we can at least keep them alive. We won't risk dangerous amputations with radical treatment. The good things, the gravely ill will be kept alive but untreated in medical posts. Hope will rise slightly. Discontent will rise slightly. The gravely ill will not be treated and remain a burden. The gravely ill will take up beds in medical posts. So what do you guys think? Lorcan, which of these options best preserves the flavor? You're going all out cannibalism here. Preparing for the cannibalism to come. Oh, I just noticed that my screen blocks the... I'm glad I'm reading these to you since you can't see them. What do you guys think? Radical treatment or sustain life? Or ceremonial funerals? What's it gonna be? Radical treatment from Jason. Well, that's the vote that came through. Here we go. You've made your first different choice than I have. All right, so we've got all the housing looks like it's getting resolved here. Although based on the 3 hammers, I'm a little worried about that 39. I might need another one. It's getting to be the end of the workday, so, or it was the end of the workday already, it looks like, so. So people are going to get cold again tonight, but less once these are finished here. I've got 43 people to do work. I think one of my, so my wood is there. One of my steel went away. So let's assign that. Oh, got some more coal. One of my coal piles. Nope, we've got people still there, so I don't want that yet. That wood pile went away. All right, so we don't have wood as a resource other than what's left there. So we're going to need to research our sawmill next. And we don't have enough wood to research yet. So let's see, that's going to need to be a priority. We have 120 still, but we're going to need to deal with that. Just to keep everyone busy and working, we can still assign people to coal. And our group has arrived here, so let's head to the sturdy shelter, which is now only 14 hours away. I think it saved me like an hour, you know. All right, let's get through this night. Luckily, it's about to get warmer, so, ooh, we need to build our food thing, too. It's about to get warmer, so the sick should start to get a little bit better, too. My speakers are buzzy. Just going to turn my speakers off. Turn my headset on. All right, so discontent is getting pretty high. Hope is still pretty high, but and it looks like an adult died, so we do have some people in our cemetery now. Let's see. Richard says, freeze pack the dead for food later. Radical treatment is when you zoom by on a skateboard with a scalpel in your hand. Radical treatment over funeral ceremonies, you might as well keep some people alive. It's true. It's a lower priority, for sure. All right, Wood. We need you. Get back to work. Well, they start at 8. But the temperature has warmed. All right. I'm going to prioritize housing. Oops. Clicked away. And then the next thing is going to be researching sawmills. They've arrived at the shelter. The shelter is well supplied and built to withstand even the worst weather. An advanced steam heating system protects it from the cold. So there's wood, steam cores, and food rations here. The shelter is comfortable and well equipped with emergency supplies. There's a notice posted by the heavy round door. To all scientists, if you use any supplies, remember to notify the quartermaster upon your return to the city. This means there's another city out there. A signpost by the trail points in 2 directions. London, 1934 miles. Home, 27 miles. Sites discovered, Steel Bridge. So we take the resources, and now they're carrying the resources, but they're waiting. So we could take the resources back home. Things are a little tight back home. Or we can head on to the Steel Bridge or go on one of our side quests, which is going to be further away at this point. So, what do you guys think? Steel Bridge, let's read that. So the trail goes over an elegant steel bridge that crosses a huge ravine. The bridge is remarkably snow-free. Or there's the crash site. This is going to be a lot farther. This is 19 hours away versus the steel bridge is 13 hours away. Or we can go back home 11 hours to take the supplies that we've found. What do you guys think? I'll read you guys the option while you decide between our city, steel bridge, and crash site. The crash site is several wrecked vehicles, no sign of life. They are probably our machines. Let's hope so. We had to leave a number of supplies in them after the crash. Steel Bridge, it doesn't sound like we're necessarily going to find supplies or people. The Gloomy Cave, there was smoke, but it's gone. So there could be people there. What do you guys think? Bridge. Lorcan says continue on. Been eating dinner as you watch the stream. Yeah, I'm getting hungry too. I'm on for another hour at least. I have to go at 4, so. All right, bridge is what I'm seeing in the chat, so here we go. 13 hours. All right, meanwhile, back home, we need 10 wood to be able to research the sawmill. And then we're going to need steel source too, but we have a stockpile, so it's not as urgent. Sawmill turns frozen trees into usable material, producing up to 80 wood per standard workday. And we're ready to pass a law. All right, so we did that. The radical treatment last time, which gave us a couple new options. So we still have ceremonial funerals. So here's your choices. While I read you these, chat, choose between ceremonial funerals, extra rations for the ill, or overcrowding. So extra rations, we can feed the sick people extra rations to help with their recovery. It's an ability that you can do by clicking on the medical posts, any of the medical buildings that eventually come up. So it'll assign extra rations to them when you push a button to speed recovery. Or we can do overcrowding. Our medical facilities should be fully utilized, even if we have to put patients on the floor. The capacity of medical facilities is doubled, which is good because there's been people that haven't been in those facilities that are kind of cast outside. But using the extra capacity will cause discontent, and discontent will rise slightly. Let's go with one of those two options or ceremonial funerals, and we'll come to the care house later. What do you guys think? Extra rations, fatten them up for reasons. Oh, you're the best. Diverse Presentation said if there's no one at the Gloomy Cave, there might be supplies there from people that had been there before. So next time we have to make a choice, we'll go to Gloomy Cave. And then let's see, extra rations. Let's go extra rations. Sign. New law in the city. But it is a humane measure, but is it prudent in our current situation? Can I get some more food too? Look how pale I am. Yeah, okay. So 7 homeless still, but that building is still, or that house is still getting worked on, so we're fine. 15 hungry. So we have 30 rations. We really need to get people out into more hunters' huts, which I think I need 20 wood to build. 20 wood. So I'm 5 away. I should be able to build one tonight. 19, 20. Awesome. So let's go put that over back here. And I need wood for the road, but... Captain, we found a boy frozen to the bone in the cemetery next to a fresh grave. He must have been there for hours. He wants you to call an emergency meeting. He says that if you agree, his mother will wake up to attend it. Ah, he must face his loss. Hope will fall slightly. Should maybe have enough wood to... Nope, not quite. Oh, yeah, I did. To get there, good. All right, so 53% on our sawmill. We've still got 81 wood left, so we're okay. First amputation. To save this patient's life, we had to perform an amputation. As a result, this person won't be able to work. So consider signing the care house or prosthetics law. I see. We can't pass a law right now. I see. All right. It's getting to be late in the day. We have cold coming up in another 4 days or so. The sawmill is research, so we can build that. I'm pretty excited for that. So we are going to need steelworks because we're going to run out of steel soon. But I'm starting to feel like we're needing faster gathering so that we can do more. So let's go ahead and do that. I'm letting you guys make some choices, but I want to also not die and have to restart this game for you guys. Captain, some of our people are concerned about the low temperature in their homes. They quite sensibly point out that it's easy to fall ill when it's cold and ask you to address the problem. I hate this one. So you'll have to start if we do Let's Heat Some Homes, you'll have to start heating 3 of the cold homes within 2 days, then keep them heated for 2 days. So that means upping the generator, which we can't do yet, or getting steam hubs, which we haven't researched yet. We could heat all homes, and that'll make people even happier. But once you heat them, you also have to keep them that much warmer for 2 days. And if the temperature drops, you like auto lose that. So even though the storm is 4 days away and we normally could do something like that, we don't have the things researched to do that yet. So I'm just going to say I won't address this right now, and discontent is going to rise slightly. Let's assign people. So our coal pile. I think our steelworks still has 15. How much steel do we have left? 20 to harvest. We have plenty of people doing coal. 15 there, 12 there. And then we're about to, that's about to be finished, built, the hunter's hut, and then we need to assign more workers there. What now? Captain, when facing demands, remember this. People usually look for the quickest solution, not the best one. You don't have to agree to everything they ask for. If you fix the problem your way, it's fine. I'll bear that in mind. We have a mission to find another settlement. Come on. Yay! All right, so I'm going to unassign. The engineers can't work there anyway. So that's 14. And then there we go. Boop. We have our people working there. Oh, and I still have 10 left over. So let's put more people on coal, I guess, for now. So we have 24 people that are sick, that are not in a unit. We have 2 medical centers. We can probably start building more once we have resources too. Coal is actually starting to get full, which is good. All right, so the bridge to Winterhome. A brass plaque on the bridge tower reveals built by the people of Winterhome in AD 1887. It was the 1800s. The bridge is kept completely snow-free by a working automaton. Explore. A functional automaton, we stopped at the edge of a deep, wide ravine, marveling at the steel bridge spanning it, even more so at the huge automaton sweeping snow from the roadway. It would be possible to send the machine back to our city or disassemble it for resources. So send it to the city or dismantle it. We have some new sites discovered. We're going to send it to the city because we want to use an automaton. Like, who would break this apart, right? Has Lurkin imposed cannibalism yet? Not yet. Sent to the city, we reprogrammed the automaton and sent it on its way. As it disappeared in the distance, walking steadily toward our city, the first wisps of snow started to settle on the bridge. All right, so we could continue on to our new sites, but we had a vote last time to go to the Gloomy Cave. It would take us 1 day and 17 hours to arrive, or 22 hours to get somewhere we've already been. Only 16 hours to get to the city, and we do have supplies. I don't like going back to the city unless I have survivors. So we're going to hit the observatory so that we can get to the cave faster from our last vote. Deserted bridge. Finding the bridge to Winterhome proved that we're on the right track, but raised questions. Why was the bridge deserted? Why wasn't the automaton under the care of an engineer? There are logical explanations to it all, but people are growing anxious. We'll find out in Winterhome. All right, so we have plenty of coal happening. We can't make any new laws yet. We are researching faster gathering, but it's night. We have more hunters now, which is good. We probably still want even more hunters pretty soon, but I also want to deal with some of the sick. So I think we're going to do an extra medical center when we have enough wood. And we need to do the sawmill too. So the sawmill comes first because we only have 60 wood left before we're out. It's going to speed things up. I'm also going to check in if I think of it. I'm going to check in periodically on my expedition because at a certain point, I might just be able to stop them before they even get that far and reroute them to save time. But sometimes I forget. Oh, they're so tired. Discontent's getting pretty high. Hope is pretty high too, so I'm not too worried yet, but there's some things we need to deal with. All right, so 16. So the sawmill, I think, is at 20 or 25 resources. Oh, only 10 wood. Yay, let's do that then. So we want to overlap with some of these trees. There's a nice little pocket right here. Maybe we can do that without destroying resources. There we go. And then we'll build our road to connect to the generator. Good thing about the sawmill, right now these wood crates take 15 people. It only takes 10 people to be productive at the sawmill. We could build multiples if we want. We'll figure that out as we need more resources, but probably we'll do the wood and then we'll do another med center and then a hunter's hut, I'm thinking. We're almost to capacity on coal, but that's just for now. So we might do a resource center too soon. All right, steel is out. We have plenty stocked up for right now, but we are going to need to research that pretty soon. Put them on coal for now. Faster gathering is research, so we should start seeing numbers go up faster. Let's research. We can do our steelworks. That's done. The beacon's done. We could do steam hubs for when we get those warm our home things again, but I think we're going to need steel. It's kind of a priority. The next priority anyway. Has anyone made a winter of our discontent and hope joke yet? No. You win. It's a mech. We need a mech in the city. Correct. Absolutely need a mech. Are the hunted animals just normal animals? Are they mutated monsters? Don't actually know why Frostpunk is so frosty. They give you little bits of lore as you play the different scenarios and stuff. But basically, we've found out in this scenario that not only has a volcano activity been one of the reasons, but also we've found an observatory that said that the scientists said that the sun is dimming. So, you know, that's cool. Our coal is full right now, but that makes sense because we have so many people on it. We have enough wood to build our... and our wood crate's just depleted, so let's build another medical center. We're on a third row now, so we're probably going to want to start thinking about those steam hubs too. But for now, build us another medical center. Going to want to talk about the care house soon too. This is almost done, and then we'll have wood resources again. Hey, look at that. Captain, some of our people are concerned about the rising number of untreated sick. They're asking you to address this problem. I will open a new medical post. It gives us 3 days to do that, and we're about to do that anyway. I promise the sick will be treated. You will have 3 days to admit 1/3 of the sick to treatment. That one's a little harder to do, or we ignore them, and discontent will rise, but we'll have 3 days to build it, and I'm doing it anyway, so we have a new goal there. We can put 10 people in our sawmill now, so that's exciting. We still have 15 people to put to work, so let's go ahead. We have 12 wood now, so our hunter's hut is going to have to wait for tomorrow. We just arrived. Hi, scouts. We've been to the observatory. See, I forgot. So now we're going to go to the gloomy cave, but it only takes us 12 hours to get there now. It saved us a few hours of time. Waiting for our medical post. What are you trying to say, Lorcan? A good leader anticipates problems and needs before they arise. Yeah, and we've got problems. We're fixing them. Oh, I think you meant the medical center. Well, thank you then. I'm not mad. Let's go find some engineers. Here's some. We're going to take 5 so that they can come to the medical center. Healthcare promise fulfilled. You help the sick. They and their families are grateful. Hope rises. So we're down to 31 sick here. No gravely. 27 it just knocked down to, so that's good. We could do a ton of medical centers, but really we just got to get all of the resources and research done so that we can fix some of these problems long term. Oop, new law time. All right, so we still have our ceremonial funerals, which is low priority. We've got triage and care house. I'm probably going to go with care house because of how many people we have that are sick right now, but triage, we'll be able to dedicate all our efforts to healing those who can recover quickly at the cost of sacrificing the more severely ill. So you can use triage in medical facilities as an option to instantly heal half of patients, but 1/4 of patients will die instantly. Hope will fall, discontent will rise. If I choose care house, it won't affect triage right now. We can always pick that later if we want to. The gravely ill and amputees will be cared for at a low cost in special homes. So you'll get a new building for care house. The gravely ill are kept alive in care houses and are no longer burden medical posts. Residents of care houses eat half as much. Hope will rise slightly, and you will have to build a care house. So we're going to do that for right now, so that we can get some of these into care. But I'm going to need 25 wood and 5 steel to do that. So we have 2 days to get that done. We'll get it done tomorrow. Going to do more food first. Two days till the weather dips again. We just arrived. The cave is or was inhabited. There are a number of footprints leading to its entrance. We should check if there's still someone alive up there. And we're going to find survivors. Beset by beasts. We can hear terrified shrieks coming from a cave uphill. When we come closer, several polar bears turn toward us, blocking the entrance. There are people trapped inside, and those beasts are picking them off one by one and feasting on them. We can leave the bears alone. The bears will kill the survivors, or we risk attacking the bears. People in the cave will live. Scouts will escort them to our city if they survive, which would also take their resources back. So we're going to do that because we want more people. Risk attacking the bears. When our scouts attacked the bears, the people in the cave, 4 children, 19 engineers, and 11 workers, joined them, and together they drove the beasts away. Then they all set toward our city. Listen, the world is becoming better for polar bears, and we just drove them away. We didn't kill them. So we are now 10 hours from getting back home. The automaton is 8 hours away from our city. They've got supplies for us, and we've got supplies. So we'll wait till everyone arrives. 5 more people in here. We're going to need coal solution soon, too. We have a little more time on that, though. Then I want... Okay, so we've got the 22, so I think it was 25 wood for the hunter's hut. 20 wood. All right, so this is the last one in our loop here. Let them build that, and then we'll assign workers from the coal. And the next thing we're going to do is build a steelworks. Make sure here. Oh, build a care house first, and then the steelworks, I think. Because we still have plenty of steel. But let's see what we're going to research next. I hate the coal thumper. The coal thumper requires so much labor. So basically, by pumping pressurized water into underground coal deposits, the coal thumper washes the precious resource to the surface, forming a pile of up to 560 coal per standard workday, enough for 2 gathering posts. So you need gathering posts, you need workers, you need gatherers, you need like all this stuff. So I like to just wait for the coal mining, which you never like is infinite resources and like 10 to 15 workers. So I'm going to skip that. Food is done. Exploration is done. Heating for the steam hub. I think I'm going to do this one because we have another storm coming. And then the next thing we're going to do is the drawing boards, which unlocks the next level of research. So we'll do that. And then our next goal is the care house, which I think was 20 or 25 wood. Let's go check. 25 wood. So we're really close. We might need a couple of these with how many people are sick. One more. Boop. All right. And then, cool, we've got that. So let's get everyone out of this coal mine and over to Hunter's Hut. So we'll get more hunting tonight. That'll be good. The care house doesn't require any workers. And then the steelworks will be next. I don't think we're probably going to be able to build it today, but that will come tomorrow. 25 wood. Yeah, we're not going to make that by 6 or by 4. The automaton's here. I'm building the care house now, Lorcan. Should have left a few humans. All right, so we've got an automaton now. Our first automaton is operational. This will help our economy greatly. Automatons can replace entire manual labor crews. They work around the clock with short breaks to refuel at the generator. We can research upgrades to raise their efficiency and capability. So we can put them at places. You can't put them at the hunter's hut, but you could put them at like the sawmill. We could have them work instead of 10 people. We have plenty of people right now, so I'm going to kind of just put him on the coal mine that I just got rid of workers for. So now he's going to work the coal mine, and even all night he's going to work too. So it's not like they stop working. Scouts have arrived, so we've got even more people. We've got rations. We've got steam core, which will come soon in terms of what we need to do. And we've got wood, plenty of wood, so we can actually build stuff tonight, which is good. And we can reassign the scouts. So, all right, guys, time for an option. So your options are the crash site, the large convoy, or the weather station. So the crash site, several wrecked vehicles, no signs of life. They are probably our machines. Let's hope so. They had to leave a number of supplies in them after the crash. The large convoy, a day and 17 hours, several vehicles and tents. We can see people moving between them and smoke rising from a campfire, so we're going to get more workers there. Or the weather station, a tall building with some peculiar devices on the roof. It's most likely a weather station set up by scientists from Winterhome. So what do you guys think? The AI menace. Put some rifles on that bad boy. How Frostpunk became Battletech. What do you guys think? We've got the crash site, weather station, large convoy. Where are we going? While you decide, I am going to mute my mic and eat some chips because I'm starving. All right, I built some houses because we've got 31 people or 39 people without homes. So we want to get them before they all get sick too. I'm probably going to build another care house because there's still the one in progress, so it's going to drop us by 10 or 15. But we still have some more, so I'm going to see what I can do with that. And then we've got this thing where they want us to heat homes again, but we are less than 2 days from a temperature drop, so I'm not addressing it. We've got 40 people hanging out without jobs to do, so I built the steelworks, or I'm working on building the steelworks so that we can put some people there. I've got another hunter's hut so we can keep stockpiling food since we keep getting more people. And then I might even consider another sawmill. Something homelessness crisis. Everyone dead yet? No, how many people have died? Let's check our cemetery. Buried citizens, just 2. But we have a lot of sick, so that can change pretty rapidly. All right. So I did an extra sawmill here because we've got 2 groups in doing coal between the automaton and this coal pit here, and then we still have 1 more coal pit before we are out. So we have time to get to the coal to research the coal mine. It's almost done researching the steam hubs, so I can start to put those up for the frost that's coming. I've got an extra sawmill, so I've got 2 locations for wood, 1 location for steel, so I might see about that too, but my people are starting to get a little low, so it's almost a new day. I have not seen the movie Alive. All right, so we have steam hubs are researched. Let's get some new research going. We want to get the drawing boards unlocked, so that costs 50 wood. We got some sick people, so that they keep leaving their workplaces. Get 10 people in the sawmill. More people in the hunter's place. And then I still have 8 people for another steelworks, so I could do it. I'm gonna build another. That was the second care house, I think. Yeah. All right, so I need more medical centers too, or to make everyone healthy. Now that the steam hubs are done, I'm gonna get a couple set up. So how heat kind of works in this. So this shows you, so you're comfortable at the orange, livable at the yellow, chilly at the greenish color, and then everything else is cold. So the steam hubs, I think I can keep this. No, I can't. I'm going to build a steam hub. You can kind of see the stripey line here in the center. And then I want to kind of have this bubble. You have to build it on a road. But I kind of want the bubble to just brush up against the other circle. So that'll be one. That'll be one for workplaces. And you can turn these on and off. So like because they do spend a lot of coal. I might want to build a road like up here so I can keep some more houses. But I'm going to see how those 2 go so I can build more circles or have them touch more circles. So we'll start with those 2. All right, so we made it to the crash site. That's where our expedition was split up when our vehicles crashed during a snowstorm. Some of our precious supplies should be here. So wood and food. Fate of the Forgotten. There are plenty of priceless supplies in the wrecks of our expedition. Searching among the crates scattered in the snow behind the wrecks, we found the bodies. They're tangled together in a single frozen mass, as if these people were trying to find at least a bit of warmth just before they died. We can do nothing for them, not even bury them. But we can take the resources. All right. Well, I don't want to go back yet. So we're going to head to the bridge again so that I can get there in 11 hours versus a day and 8 hours. And then we'll decide where to go next. New law time, guys. Ceremonial funerals are still here. We have triage, which we talked about is the ability to kill half of your patient, or a quarter of your patients to instantly heal half of them. Prosthetics is now available. We're going to need a factory for that, which we're still a ways away from, so we haven't researched that yet. We can do a fighting arena. Nothing relieves tension better than watching a few rounds of an all-out slugfest. Gives you the ability to build a fighting arena. Evening bouts will reduce discontent. Or the emergency shift. So sometimes we have to concentrate on the task at hand at the cost of everything else or die. So you can force workers in any facility to work for the next 24 hours. Sometimes if you're going to get hit with a storm and everyone's going to die, that might be worth it to have the option. Using that shift, it's a button push once the law is passed. It will raise discontent. And passing the law now will, discontent will rise slightly. So, what do you think, guys? Emergency shift, ceremonial funerals, or fighting arena for now? Those are your options. Emergency shift, fighting arena, ceremonial funerals. Discuss while I eat chips. We're doing okay on rations right now, so I might do use our ability. Spend 10 food rations, and it'll speed up the recovery. So I think I'm going to do this in each of our medical posts, because we're still fighting a lot of sick right now. Our engineering is almost done for the drawing boards. So we'll have more options here. But the day just ended. So, 3%. First thing tomorrow. I could enforce the 24-hour work thing, but not worth it right now. I do still have, I have the automaton doing coal. Coal is still very high. That one's almost done. So coal mine, I think, is going to be the next thing I research. Let's see how... Oh, and the cold is coming. The frost is coming. So let's see how our heat is looking. So this spot right here, I might boost up. So I'm going to do one more of those. Steam hub. That's what I want. Nope, I need some roads, though, because otherwise it's going to be super overlappy. Cool. What's up? Gathered to protest. The number of untreated sick keeps rising, but you seem to ignore the problem. They demand you take action. Can open a new medical post, promise that they'll be treated, which the extra rations thing helps, or ignore it, but now they're getting madder, so I'm going to open a medical post. It's about time anyway. Emergency shifts are only for emergencies, like when our dear mayor needs some emergency heat for their ballroom dances. Awesome. We could also become Solaris. Two hours for our scouts. Nothing else we can do with anything else. It's about to do the cold thing, so let's just get it over with and speed things. Oh, hey, look, I can assign engineers. And that should drop that a little bit. All right. And then, all right, here's a choice for everyone. The weather station or the large convoy. So choose while I read. Several vehicles and tents. We can see people moving between them and smoke rising from a campfire. Or the weather station, a tall building with some peculiar devices on the roof. It's most likely a weather station set up by scientists from Winterhome. What's it gonna be, guys? Got about 15 minutes left before I have to leave for a meeting. But we'll pick this up next week. What do you guys think? Large convoy, weather station. Give it a couple more seconds and then I'm going to pick. Weather station. Awesome. On our way. Run a Shadowrun and take their stuff. I like how you think. All right. Let's let morning come. Healthcare promise fulfilled. Hope rises. I can even do the thing on that one too. There's the cold. Down to -40 again. And that'll be for 2 days. But now because I have the steam hubs, none of the buildings shut down. Oh, except that one. That one's a little out of range, so I could turn that on. I think I also left the heat on because I told you I'm forgetful. Let's just go to each of these real quick. That one should stay on. All right. Oop. Now the child shelter, we have children not in child shelter 12. We have 15 out of 15 in this, so we should build another child shelter too. The workshop. All right. So now that we've unlocked the drawing boards, we can do a generator power upgrade, which makes it hotter. Range upgrade. To spread the range further. We could get another set of scouts, but I think we're pretty on top of the expedition sites right now. We can go to coal mining. That's the thing I wanted to do next. Food, health, and shelter. We can do all of this. I definitely want to do a medical post upgrade, but I want to make sure we don't run out of coal because that would be awful. So we're going to do that first. And it's time for laws. When last we met, there was emergency shift. So now we have an option for extended shift. So building a city in this frozen hell requires sacrifice. People will get more done if they work longer shifts. So you can extend the workday in any facility to 14 hours. Right now they work, I think it's 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. And if you use this, it's like 6 a.m. to 8 p.m. or something like that. Yeah, that would be 14 hours. Working overtime causes discontent though, and discontent will rise slightly if we pass this. So we could do that, the fighting arena for last time, or the ceremonial funerals. What do you guys think? Extended shift, fighting arena, funerals. What's it gonna be, chat? I can see that it's now caught up in my language to you. I can see the little stream in the delay. 14 hours ain't living. I'm for the fighting pit now. More humane. Okay, we're doing it. Fighting arena. Sign. And discontent's still decently high, so this will help. All right, so... Oh, let's build that back up there. Oh, and the automaton is bored now because he ran out of coal, so let's move him over there. Then we have a fighting arena. Now, this range, it's like if it touches the houses, the discontent of those people are the ones that go down. So I don't have enough space. I could do it over here to get to that front row, but I can at least reach everyone there. I could do a second one there and a third one there. Lower all the discontent. Cool. Got 16 people not working, so I think it's time to... I could do more food. I think I'm going to do steel first, though. Oh, that's the other coal thing that went out. So it's just the automaton on that coal now. So as soon as this is done, we want to build a coal mine. But for now, we'll build a steelworks. They'll need to get filled eventually anyway. Oh, okay, 39 people sick. I saw the 3 and got excited. Sir, a doctor wants to talk to you about improving radical treatment. I was a field surgeon in the Boer War and worked with the Royal Society to reduce the rate of limb loss in army hospitals. I believe I can devise a method that will cut out the number of amputations during radical treatment. This engineer won't be able to work. Hope will rise slightly or hope will fall slightly. Sure, do some research, buddy. Go for it. Oh, yeah, that's right. Child Center. Thanks for reminding me, Jason. Boop. Scouts have reached. All right, there's coal and steam core. There's nobody in the weather station, but everything still seems to be operational. We could try to find out what the scientists from Winterhome were working on. We found scientists' notes. They predict that the Great Cold is going to get much worse. What's more troubling is that the observations ended abruptly months ago. There's also not a can of Spam, not even a crumb of bread left in the pantry. It's obvious they've moved out for good. We can see the city of Winterhome from the roof of the weather station. So coal mine is discovered and Winterhome. So we can take coal and a steam core. All right, new options, guys. Coal mine, Winterhome, or large convoy. So everyone vote. I'll read your options. We can see a couple of buildings and a tall winding tower. There's a sliver of smoke rising for it. That's the coal mine. Large convoy, several vehicles and tents. We can see people moving between them and smoke rising from a campfire. Or winter home, there can be no doubt. It's a city, much like ours. We can see the top of the generator, but it's switched off, perhaps for maintenance. I kind of like the idea of the convoy because we can have more people, and since I just did the steel thing, we could have another group of people for coal mines. Oop, I see 2 votes for convoy, so that's where we're going. Abandoned station. The recent report from the weather station has got people talking. They're frightened that such an important facility was apparently abandoned. Some are starting to wonder whether the evacuation from London was a good idea. A few are lamenting openly. I knew we shouldn't have come. At least London had real houses, not tents and wooden shacks. We'll have answers soon enough. Work's done. We're almost done with the coal mine. That'll be ready tomorrow, which is good because that's getting low. It's probably going to be gone by morning anyway. Here I can get my steel workers in. Get more of my hunters. Oh, yep, he's done. Food is starting to get a little stretched too. So we're probably going to need to prioritize that again. I probably, honestly, could even shut down one of the sawmills or the steel for more hunters if I need to, but we're about to get more survivors on the way over, so we'll see. We'll see. I don't want to use my ability to boost food rations because we're a little low, but we're still hovering pretty high there. Hopefully with the warmer weather and the steam hubs, maybe that'll help us a bit. Coal mining researched. Great. Let's research something new. I can upgrade the sawmill to be faster. That actually would help us shut down one of the sawmills. But I think I want to do my medical post upgrade at this point. Okay. They're about there, and I think after this expedition is when we will stop for this week. This is a convoy carrying workers that got lost in a blizzard. They are weak and have no provisions. We should listen to their story and escort them to our city. The workers who were riding home were riding in this convoy told us they were heading for the city of Winterholm. We were supposed to follow the signal from the beacon, but we couldn't pick it up, they say. We tried to follow a search pattern to find it, but we ran out of fuel. We're going to keep with the past of what we've been doing and escort those survivors to the city, and we have some supplies to drop off anyway. So that's it. This is our round of Frostpunk, guys. I'm going to pause it and save. Don't judge all of my stuff. Hey, I have one called Livestream already. So we're going to do CGL Livestream. Awesome. Well, thank you guys so much for joining me. I hope you like this game as much as I do. Again, it's just beautiful. I'll try to get the sound fixed for you guys so you can hear some of it next time because the soundtrack is just like really gorgeous. A little melancholy. but it's great. I love the ethics that this game puts forward while still being a survival sim. It's awesome. So thank you guys. Really hope you enjoyed this. And please join me next week and help me make all the difficult decisions again. But see you next time. Oh, I can't leave. Let me leave.